because the W in front, if you keep on looping, this is actually a loop, right? You can draw like this also for syntax diagram. But you must make sure if you draw like this, the line here you cannot go out. This one. This line cannot go out. You can only go back to the W because it is a loop inside only. Except you have something to replace it after that, then only you can go to the right, the arrow. Okay? So this one you can go to the right because the W is a non-terminal. Later on we will still substitute the W with some other terminal here. So we just put it like this first, add W and then go out. So this one you will go back to W and keep on repeating the A, B. Okay, next one. B, B, W or C. Now, if I want to replace the W with B, B, W or C, so I can have this. How do you want to draw? This you want to draw a loop or go to the right? B, B, W. This one can consider as one. Syntax diagram. Another one. W substitute with C, then you get this. Okay? If you want to combine it, no problem. You can draw W B B W and C. So for the syntax diagram, now you no need to consider where you want to put the B first, because either if you combine the B and C together, you need to put like this. Later on you will know why. Because in the substitution here, the BBW will be always a loop. So when I substitute the C, I can go without the BB. That's why I will put nothing on the line before the C. Okay, so I can substitute this BB, the loop here, go back W first, then only I substitute the W with C. This is always a loop. Okay, this is a syntax diagram. So the easiest, as I said, for syntax is to just draw separately like this, then it should be okay. Any problem for this? Next one. Done? Okay, now we have another one which is AB or ABW. Now for this you have non-terminal here, substitute with AB, go to the right. Then another one is W, substitute with A, B, W, which is a non-terminal, then go to the right. Can combine together also. If you want to combine, how do you draw? A, B, go back. Go out. Right? If you don't want to go out from here, you can also go out another way up here, then draw another AB lah. You can draw like this, AB, go back W here, and then here you can draw another AB and go out. It's up to you. AB, the first one you go out here, and then the second one you go back the loop W, W, W. is the syntax diagram. If let's say the substitution given to you is not only one non-terminal at the left, let's say we have more than one. Here is V0, and then you have W, and then you have V1, and so on. So if we want to combine all the syntax diagram in one diagram, then we will call that diagram as a master diagram. Now, in the master diagram, there is no non-terminal for this like this. So when you draw the master diagram, you cannot draw the non-terminal inside your diagram. All are only the terminal only. But the non-terminal, you need to know where is the position in order that you can continue one by one. We look at the example. How do we want to do the master diagram for this question? They ask you to draw the master diagram for this V0 substitute with A, W, and then W substitute with B, B, W, or C. Now, you notice that I have two non-terminal here, V0 and W, right? So, when you draw the syntax diagram, you can draw V0 as one diagram and W as another diagram. For example, we draw the syntax first. V0, I draw with A, W, and then the second one, the W here, I can draw with B, B, W, and C. I can draw like this for the W. So I have two syntax diagram, right? Now, when I want to combine this syntax diagram together, then it will call as the master diagram. So what we want to do now is to combine these two in one. So the starting point is a V0. I will start from the V0, then I will go to A. But remember, in the master diagram, we cannot draw the non-terminal. So I will not draw the W after the A, but what I will draw is, what I should draw? BB, and then C. So I straight away combine this W to this part here. The non-terminal W here, it will replace by BB, W, and C. So we don't draw this anymore in our master diagram. Understand? Okay. Now, when you draw the syntax diagram just now, if you put your BB on the line, which means you draw like this, it is no problem for the syntax diagram. If you draw separately, you put it like this, BB, W on the line, syntax diagram will be correct. But when you come to the master diagram, because you combine everything together, so you need to consider the flow, is it acceptable or not? For example, if now I put the BB on the line, so the diagram, let's say it is like this, A, B, A, B, B, and then C. Can I draw like this? Any different for these two? What is the difference? Now, this one you must go through BB first before C, right? This one? Yeah, this one you can skip the BB, right? Meaning that if I don't come down the loop, I can only have A and C. But this one, if I draw the BB here, then it means that before I substitute the C, I need to substitute with BB first. Which one is correct? First one, right? Why the first one is correct? Because the first one here, you have the AW, and the W is a loop back to W. Even though you don't substitute it, you still can get the correct language, which is AC. C. Remember last week example, the shortest string we have is AC. This is the same example, right? So you have the AC as the shortest string. If you don't come to the loop here, then you have AC. Straight away go to the line, go out without go to the loop, AC. But if you want to have this BB, you can go down the loop. How many times repeat also never mind. So you can look here, and then lastly you also need to go to C, then only you will get the final sentence. Okay? So in this case, this is important. This one is correct, but this is not correct. Now, the sentence that we have, for example, we can have AC. If we go to the loop for one time, we can have A, B, B, C. What else? A, B, B. Every time if you repeat the B, how many B you will have in extra? 2, right? So every time it will be the multiple of 2 for the number of B. 4 B's followed by 6 B's. A, B, 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 C. 6 B's. Now, if you want to write the language LG, so this is what we have done previously. So we can write it as A, B square, asterisk, C. This is the LG. Simplify it in this form so that you no need to write all the possible string every time. Now, the question will not ask you to write the string like this individually, but they only want to write the LG. So you need to simplify in this form. If you don't know how to simplify it, then you can write like this first, the individual string first, write like this, and then you conclude yourself how to convert it to LG. You see the pattern of the string, then you can put it in this form. Okay? Any question for this? Do you have any other different program? Any other different diagram for this one? I think this one not many different way to draw. Okay, we look at another example 15. Now, we have the terminal symbol in the set S, which is from 0 to 9, and this dot is a decimal point, decimal point for the number. Then the non-terminal, we have decimal number, we have decimal fraction, unsigned integer, and also digit. So, you know what is decimal fraction, right? Do you know decimal fraction? 1 over 10, 1 over 100, that one? That is decimal fraction. Unsigned integer means the integer without the sign. So normally it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And digit digit is 1, 2, 3. Okay. So for the V now, which is a non-terminal class terminal, S union N. So we have a decimal number, starting point, V0. Now we will start to substitute from decimal number with all these alternative here. After that, the decimal fraction, we can substitute with a decimal point and unsigned integer. Unsigned integer, you can substitute with digit or digit unsigned integer. And the last one is digit, you substitute with all the numbers from 0 to 9. So now we will need to draw the syntax diagram for this. Now, syntax diagram, we can separate them to 4. The first one, you draw decimal number. Second, you draw decimal fraction. Third, you draw unsigned integer. And the fourth, you draw digit. Can you do that? Syntax diagram. Can, right? Okay, draw now. Now, before you start, we just use the short form, no need to write the word so long. This one we use DN. This one you use UI. This one you use DF. 3 only, right? Digit we use D. Okay, we use the short form for the word here and draw the diagram. So first one, we have a decimal number. Three alternative decimal number. You get this, right? The unsigned integer, first one. Second one, decimal fraction. And the third one is unsigned integer with decimal fraction. Correct? And then for decimal fraction, we can draw another syntax diagram. Decimal is a terminal or not terminal? This decimal point. Terminal or not terminal? Yes? This one, the decimal. Terminal or not terminal? This decimal point. How to see terminal or non-terminal? Got bracket means non-terminal. Now do you have bracket? No bracket. So that means decimal is terminal, right? It is inside the set S, you see. Whenever inside the set S, it is terminal. Okay? All the elements inside the set S is considered as a terminal symbol. Remember this, If the question gives you in BNF form, you can determine terminal and non-terminal by looking at the bracket. But if the question not giving you in this form, they give you like this. Decimal number substitute with unsigned integer or decimal fraction. Then how do you know which one is terminal? So in this case, to decide which one is terminal, you need to look at your set S and also the set V. They will give you all the S and V, so you can see whatever not inside the set S, that is the non-terminal symbol. All the elements inside here are terminal. Understand? So now decimal point is inside the S, right? So decimal is a terminal. When you draw this, you need to put a circle. Then followed by unsigned integer, rectangle. Decimal point followed by unsigned integer, and after that you have the third one, unsigned integer, substitute with digit, non-terminal, or digit unsigned integer. And the last one, digit, substitute with yeah, you need to replace with all the 9 number. Then this one you can go up. Or also have the arrow here because you will go to the right, isn't it? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All are alternative. Either one, you can replace it with the digit. This is the syntax diagram we have. So we have 4 altogether. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? 4 syntax diagram, 4 components, the decimal number, decimal fraction, unsigned integer, and digit. We have done with the syntax diagram. So we look at the next one. Draw the derivation tree for the decimal number of 56.84. Now, before we draw this derivation tree, if let's say you want to draw the master diagram, then how do you want to draw? Master diagram means you need to combine all the 4 here in one, right? So actually the decimal number is the starting point, and this is the master diagram that you can draw, because unsigned integer here you need to replace it with a digit or digit unsigned integer here. Decimal fraction you need to substitute it with a decimal point with the unsigned integer. Then later on the unsigned integer you can substitute it with digit. So meaning that if you want to get the master diagram, you need to have a terminal symbol, which means our unsigned integer we must replace it until the digit, then only we can get the terminal symbol, right? You know what I'm saying? Huh? Do you know what I mean? This one you need to replace the unsigned integer with digit or digit unsigned integer. So when I want to draw the master diagram, right, I need to draw like this. Decimal number, this one just now is unsigned integer, correct or not? need to replace this one with the digit or digit unsigned integer. Okay? Because just now here is unsigned integer. Correct not? This one here, unsigned integer. But unsigned integer is not a terminal. So we cannot have a non-terminal inside the master diagram. That's why we need to substitute the unsigned integer with this first. And after that, the digit we need to substitute with 0 or 9. So that means because of this one, you have alternative. Either you substitute with digit or digit unsigned integer. So I will just draw a loop here where this is the digit unsigned integer. Look back, and you need to replace the digit with all the 0 to 9. Yeah? So you need to replace every digit with 0 to 9. Can you do that? Replace the digit with this 0 to 9 in your master diagram. I only write D here, but you cannot write D because the digit is not a terminal. In the master diagram, we cannot have non-terminal, remember? So, the digit here, you need to replace with all the 0 to 9. So, I tell you, you write. You have copy and paste, right? Then copy this, paste it here. Huh? Why the what? Why the digit is terminal? Digit is not terminal, but the 0 to 9 is a terminal. That's why the digit here you need to write 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 until 9. No, you cannot write like this. You know what I mean? You want me to write? Huh? You want me to write?
Yes.
Write 1.
Right all.
Write all. Then 2 o'clock also cannot finish. I replace this everything here. This is one of them, digit substitute with this. Okay. Because just now the first one is a decimal number, the up here is unsigned integer, right? And then the unsigned integer you can substitute with what? This one? Digit or digit unsigned integer. So when I substitute the digit with the unsigned integer, then the digit I need to replace with 0 until 9. Then only it is considered as a terminal symbol. If you only put the digit here, this is not considered as a master diagram. So you need to replace all the digit with 0 to 9. So meaning that in your master diagram, you can only have 0 to 9 with the decimal point. Okay? The second part, this one, decimal fraction, this one, decimal fraction, you substitute it with a decimal point, and after that, the answer integer just replace with a digit, and this 0 to 9. So you no need to write digit, you no need to write unsigned integer, straight away substitute this part with the 0 to 9. Another line here. So I no need to write already. Third line. Third line is you unsigned integer. So unsigned integer you need to replace with digit, and then the decimal fraction. Combine. So the unsigned integer here you replace another digit 0 to 9. So this one you also put 0 to 9 and then look back. And decimal fraction here is a decimal point with 0 to 9. Look back also. Okay? So this one you just put another decimal point, another this one here, and you get the second line. Third one, you have the unsigned integer, another digit here. This is 0 to 9. And then, what else you have? You have a decimal fraction, right? So decimal fraction, you substitute with a decimal point with a digit. So here, everything you can go back lah. It is a loop because digit unsigned integer, right? So everything go out from here. You only have digit, the 0 to 9, and also the decimal point only. Okay or not like this? Huh? What is the problem here? What? 0 to? Just draw 0 to 9. Is it? Huh? Noble easy way. Because the digit now you have 0 to 9, except the question gives you 0 to 1. If the question only gives you digit is 0 to 1, then it should be no problem for you, right? But actually this question didn't ask for the master diagram, so no need to worry. I only tell you only what happened if they ask you to draw the master diagram. Exam question won't give you so long. You do the tutorial, then you will know how they ask. Okay? Can I proceed? We still need to draw the tree, right? Derivation tree. Okay, we draw here. Decimal number replace with what? Unsigned integer, decimal fraction, right? Unsigned integer. Now we want to determine the number. We want to decide this number. 56.84. We want to draw this in a tree. Meaning that how do you pass through the tree to get this 56.84? So, unsigned integer you need to replace with digit unsigned integer or digit only? Because unsigned integer you have two. Either you want to substitute with this one, unsigned integer, you want to substitute with digit or digit unsigned integer. Which one you want to choose? If I want to have the number of 56.84 in the last sentence, at the unsigned integer this part, I need to replace with digit only, or I need to replace with digit unsigned integer. First one or second one? Second one. Agree? Why we need to replace with digit and unsigned integer? Why? Because when you replace the digit unsigned integer, the digit here you can only replace with 5, right? But now we want to get the 56, isn't it? You see, the decimal fraction only you have a decimal point. At the decimal fraction here, you see the decimal fraction, what can you replace with? Decimal fraction, what can you replace with? Look at this. Decimal number and unsigned integer, correct or not? So, when you replace the decimal fraction with a decimal point here, then only you will get this decimal point. Right? So, at the left of the decimal point, you will have 5 and 6. So, that's why you need to have 2 digits to get the 5 and 6. But how do you get the 2 digits? This one only 1. So, you need to come from here lah. The unsigned integer one more time. Replace with digit first, then digit replace with 6. Then you get 56 already. Okay. Then this one is a decimal point, and here is unsigned integer. Because decimal fraction you can replace with decimal point and unsigned integer. Then decimal point is a terminal already, no need to replace anymore. But unsigned integer here, you still need another 2 digits, correct or not? You need the 8 and 4, right? So do the same like just now. Replace with digit with unsigned integer. Digit replace with 8. Unsigned integer replace with digit, then replace with 4. So you have 56.84. Okay, for this derivation tree. Can follow? Anything to ask? No, huh? Okay, now the last question. Is 56.F4.12 a synthetically correct decimal number? Is this a synthetically correct decimal number? What do you think? No? Why no? 2 decimal, right? So it is impossible for us to get 2 decimal points no matter how is our substitution, because we only have 1 decimal point at the decimal fraction here. So no matter what is the substitution you have, you will forever never get the 2 decimal points. That's why you can answer the question, it is not synthetically correct. Here, we see the decimal number has at most 1 decimal point, whichever branch you follow. Okay, so this is not synthetically correct. Okay, done already this example? You need a break.
Yes.
And then, after break, go back.
Yes.
So, 3 minutes enough? Huh? Can I? 3 minutes, right? 5 Every time also have discount. 5 minutes, then we can continue until 2, right? So you take a break and see you can tag the attendant already or not. If cannot, let me know now.
我是奇怪 ，Where's the go？ 你看得懂吗？这个看不懂。
3 One more. All tag C whole absent. Any of your friend, if you see they are not in the class already, you let me know if their name still in the Google Classroom. Because here only 157, but in the Google Classroom I think they have 161. So you let me know. 07 absent. Wait, you didn't come to tag? Cannot tag, is it? Juntong? Yang? Yi Zhang Yi Yang. Zhonyan? Ho Zhonyan absent. Jeremy absent. Chunwei? Oh, not here already, The rest? Leonard? Huh? Leonard? Ji? Liu Ji? This one not this morning group, Refresh Then no need lah. Whoever cannot take attendance, let me know Okay, we continue first. Now, for the last part, the regular grammar and the regular expression, this is actually to write the LG as I told you before. And the symbol that we use, we can put if they are in a group, then we use the bracket to put in a group. Like let's say just now you have AB or B square, and then you need a loop, so you put it in a bracket like this, then you put the asterisk to show that this is a loop. Another one is if it is a alternative, let's say you have A or B, so you can put A or B like this, or so we will look at the example, how do we write the LG later on. And then if let's say you use the A or B, right? Instead of you use the A or B, there is another way which you can put is A n B power n minus 1. This one is you need to define what is your n. If you have A, then your n is 1. If you don't want to put A or B, right? You just want to put A, B like this. Then if the answer is A, you put the n equal to 1 or 0. It depends on whether you choose A or B. Because if your n is 1, that means you have A, you don't have B. If your n is 0, then you have B, but you don't have A. 1 minus n, not n minus 1. 1 minus n. Okay? So if your n is 0, then you have B, but you don't have A. So either one only, you can also represent it in this form. I think A or B will be easier, right? Okay, so you just use A or B lah. Now, example, we have this. A, B, asterisk. How do we want to write the string? Give me the example of the string that we can have. A, B, asterisk. Can I have A? Can I have A? No B? If the asterisk is 0, then I don't have B, right? So I have one A only. Okay? And then if the asterisk is 1, then I will have AB. If the asterisk is 2, I will have ABB. If the asterisk is 3, I will have ABBB and so on. Because the B is a loop. Second one, you see the AB bracket asterisk. See the difference between the first and the second. First one, there is no bracket for AB. The asterisk is only referred to B. But the second one, you have a bracket, then you asterisk, meaning that this asterisk is referring to A and B. Okay? So if the asterisk is 0 now, what happened to the string? What do you get? If asterisk is 0, what do you get? Class, are you here? What is the answer if asterisk is 0? Nothing means? If string you don't have anything, what do you call? Yeah, no string. And then if the asterisk is 1, you will have AB, right? If the asterisk is 2, AB, and so on. So when you repeat this AB, it will always repeat AB. Third one, A or B asterisk. If you write like this, then what is the possible answer you will have? A, meaning you choose the A or you choose the B, right? If you choose A, then you have the string of A only. If you choose the B, then you have the B only. Can I have AB together? Yes? No. Okay, so I can have 2B also. I can have 3B also. Can I have 2A? No, Okay. How about this? A or B bracket asterisk. So this one means I can loop the A or B many times. A or B, A or B, A or B. Every time we loop, we will loop this whole thing. A or B every time. So when you write the string, it depends on the loop that you repeat here. Every time you choose A or you choose B. So if let's say the first one I choose the A, then the string I have will be A. If I only loop one time. Okay? Now if let's say I loop 2 times, I can get the first one A, second one B. I can get the first one A, second one A. I can get the first one B, second one A. And I can also get B, B. This is when we loop 2 times. Of course, if you go to 3 times, then you can have all the other possible combination of A and B. So you can have A, B, you can have A, B, A, you can have A, B, 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 A, B, 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 A, and so on. All these if you repeat 3 times for the loop here. Understand? Next one, AB power n for the n more than or equal to 1. This actually we can write it as, because if the n start from 1, meaning that we will have at least one AB. Agree? So if we want to convert it to the asterisk, how should we write? If we don't want to use the n to write for the loop, but we want to use the asterisk to write the loop, how do we want to replace this one using the asterisk, looking at the n start from 1? If you use asterisk, it's automatic that the asterisk will start from 0. But now, the n is start from 1. So how? Any idea? How do we want to use asterisk to represent? Can I just write like this? A, B, asterisk? Huh? Plus 1? This one? Plus 1. Asterisk start from 0. If we don't write like this, we never put asterisk plus anything. Don't have this one. So how do we want to tell that we have at least one AB? Write one AB in front. Then I have at least one AB already, right? So, meaning that if you have AB power n with the n start from 1, meaning that you have at least one AB, so to write using the asterisk, you can put one AB in front, and the second one, you put the asterisk. Because if you have one AB in front, means you must have at least one AB already, correct or not? Then the second one you have or not, that is another matter. The second one you look or not, doesn't matter. So you need to consider all the possible string we can have. Okay, we still have the last part, right? That one we need to draw the diagram. Then I think I will continue that again next week. So for the moment, you try the tutorial 2, see how to draw the master diagram. And if you can, write